Okay, go ahead. Not just going anymore. And really,
Mhm.
you're like, maybe this is a season of pause for me and for probably many others. And I feel that too in my own way of like, what is driving my going, or doing? And like, what is my way and the direction for me with kind of all, and for you with all that you've gathered and done and really thus far.
I appreciate those words because someone like me, a born, I find myself as a leader, right? I'm an oldest child of three, a Capricorn. So I think that I often think that I have to live in this stereotypical, mold of what I was so used to, what I had to hold myself to. And going through the winter season where you're really like in rest mode and wintering, and there's really like beauty to that, coming out into the spring, and now a lot of activity and things are ending, and we're approaching, but it's so beautiful. And I'm trying not to forget that, like, stepping out in nature to pause is a fantastic thing, and such a healer, but reminding myself to sit during the day is very hard.
Stepping into nature that is like is of ourselves, is also what I feel after you say that. Like,
Yes.
yes, like
And what reminders, we have them everywhere, and right there. And we often, it takes a lot longer for ourselves to just get there. Why aren't we following the signs that we can just see through our windows? Like,
or
take the
feel in our
moment.
bodies and our system.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely. The cues internally that we have for intuition, gut, just feeling, full transparency. I'm not feeling 100% today. I think because I've been going. And I'm going to listen to myself today. Like, have that tea, sit, maybe open up a journal or a book. And if not, just sit and do nothing and not have to have an agenda, because it is really important to have that rest, to be able to receive and to
Definitely.
see what comes out of it, you know?
Exactly. Like the space, like if we
Mhm.
give ourselves the space, like then there's possibilities for what can fill it for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's powerful in itself.
Yeah. So we're talking about you coming back to the weekend. Really, let's go into it. Because we're talking about you coming back to the weekend, which I think is if you say fourth, is it your third or fourth? Okay, it's your third. It's your third. Okay. Yay. And coming as a facilitator and your workshops this year, because you just mentioned them. You're like, oh, I was rereading the titles and yeah, it
Yep.
got me really inspired around like this is what it is right now.
Mhm.
This is the vibe and the theme right now. And the two workshops that you're facilitating are daily ritual design and authentic self-expression.
Mhm.
So talk a little bit, share with us about like what do you feel connected to within that right now that you're relating to and also feeling that we need to make the space for in each of our lives.
Yeah, so it's so interesting that, we talk about what these workshops can be right ahead of time. And it's so amazing that there are these topics for myself, for you and I just speaking about, and for, I believe, the community, could still translate no matter the when, the why, the what, right? So the authentic self expression, really speaks to like the confidence, right? The confidence to express yourself no matter the noise and what's happening in your surroundings, and to really show up as you, and know that voice and value are there and matter 110%, no matter of the season like we just spoke about, or the what's going on, or how you're going to show up, to be the real, the raw, the you. It is something so beautiful. And I love how that's how we started the call. And of course, before I jump into a little bit of about the daily ritual design, I have to just pause and say how grateful I am, because I know I can say it so many times, but it's so hard to put into words. The excitement and welcoming to be coming back to this space. So honored that, I am welcomed back, and I can't wait to be around you and everyone that is attending, of course. It really is a beautiful, beautiful space, which I know I share and shout from the rooftops. The daily ritual design is really about, calling in the design of feeling what we're talking about, the calmness, the resting, and really acknowledging the nurture and nourishment that you might need, and how to integrate small, realistic uh, habits or moments, if we don't like that word, to integrate them into your daily routine, which will then perhaps become consistent to find
Yeah.
better moments for you.
I love that. In this moment of you saying that, I really connected with that we used to maybe live in a world that encouraged like big goals,
Mhm.
right? I bet you were
Yeah.
working with big goals years ago when you began this path,
Sure.
right? So
Absolutely.
did I. And it's funny how what we're returning to and
Yeah.
turning to ultimately is that we know that the small moments and the little decisions that we make within each day are the things that add up, and that how can we really give more quality attention to ourselves, um, and that's what empowers our life to change. It just does.
Yeah. Absolutely. And we were just talking about, like, the sitting to receive, and being open to just honoring that space, right? Following what you need, and not necessarily what everything and everyone around you may need.
Yeah, exactly. And also what maybe you used to be. Because
Hmm.
there's a part of this that relates to the authentic self-expression that I was feeling too, was to be authentic is to say, the essence of who we are, we know is constant and can be. But that if life is always changing and we're always changing and developing, then like who we are does, and how we express that or what we need in that will change depending on the season of our lives. And that how our the way we are daily with ourselves, it like pairs these two things.
Absolutely. And that pivot can be very big and very strong and very overwhelming, right, for many. But I love that you just said that, because as we grow and we learn, we're allowed to like shed some things as well, right? Because
Maybe
how
we
else
must.
yes, and how else do we evolve,
Exactly.
right? But I'm a true believer, right? If you're following your heart and your gut, and we are surrounding ourselves by others that believe and support and empower, we will not fail.
I love that. And that just makes me think of Rise. And that really, oh, are you emotional?
I girl, I mean, I always get emotional, right?
I love that. I love you.
I
What are
love
you
you.
feeling?
Oh, wait, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this space. Clearly, the pause was missed, last year. I'm excited to return. Yeah, and yeah, I shared with you on the beginning of the call, like it's okay to be transparent and have a season. And shit, this was a season.
Yeah,
And
we're all in
uh,
that. Yeah.
you know what? I'm still here. There's nothing dire. There's nothing really serious, but it felt like, some imploding was occurring.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it just felt tight and heavy. And, I think I'm so used to being like, I'm going to brush that off and get up and get dressed and do it, put on my earrings. But like, it's okay to feel it too. And there's some things coming that I'm ready to grow and shift into and develop. So, yeah, maybe that's part of the heaviness is sitting in like so many ideas at the same time of life.
Yeah,
But
all the possibilities, trying to hold all
all
the possibilities.
yeah, yeah. And so they say, right? You know, in the world of astrology, right? There's heavier times when things are happening, and I can
Yeah,
certainly feel the shift. So, whomever else is feeling the shift at the same time, you are not alone.
yeah. We are not alone.
We are not.
Yeah. And that is also maybe why you get emotional. You got emotional then too, because that's what really you were stating and really feeling the value of that. And that is why we will continue to do Rise. And that's why I get emotional at Rise, because it's being able to be in that experience and that knowing, like, of no, we're not doing this alone.
Hmm.
Really, it really it's an opportunity to really feel that we are all doing this together.
Hmm. And it's so amazing because each of us as individuals takes a piece home differently, but collaboratively as a unit, we take a lot of the same things home. So it's beautiful to be a part of both of those things, right?
Hmm.
The collaborative community and then the growth within yourself, however you decide um, to really your output and then also your receiving.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So if you were, inviting someone new to come, because that is essentially, why we like to have these chit chats,
Yeah.
because, you know, through your experience is what allows for others to more understand or imagine for themselves what is possible, like what are the outcomes from
Hmm.
this, because I know that there's a lot of when people have the desire to come, it can feel overwhelming,
Hmm.
like we said, and there's like, ooh, what's even going to be and what's going to be of me, and that can be scary to people to make that move. So what would you share with some people with them about, like, what are some of the outcomes?
I think first and
Yeah.
foremost, I would say if you could let go of your expectations, and I say that so that it allows the walls to drop a little bit and it lessens the overwhelming, resounding yes that you should say to yourself without thinking about it. Um, for individuals to be able to show up as them, as that authentic self, like we just were speaking about, and know that there is no judgment. This is a safe space for you to walk around, to share, like I just said, whatever you'd like without a critique,
Yeah,
without a
use your
response.
voice.
Yeah, if you don't want one, but know that you'll gain, um, it's going to be more than one because you're never going to walk out with one new friend or connection. You're going to walk away with a place that you can spend in a beautiful location in the mountains with beautiful, beautiful women, and walk out feeling empowered that you were able to be you and gain something and learn something and also be the director of what you want to receive in that weekend, right? You could do as little or as much as you'd like and navigate what you want to bring back home with yourself after living it and being in it. And my gosh, it's an incredible space, an incredible time of year with empowering women that it's powerful. How do you have this many women in one place wanting or craving something that somebody else in that space is certainly wanting as well? So there was never a moment of feeling alone. You know, when I first jumped on 3 years ago, it was a resounding yes. And I didn't know all the components or the parts of what I was signing up for, but it felt right. And then, of course, after, you know, the first year, there was no way that I was not returning to not be a part of this space and to know that I was going to automatically be fulfilled no matter what was on the agenda.
Yep. Thank you. And you're right. You're right. No.
Right, it's such a great space, and we know that obviously I've shared this with others, and I've talked about it for years, so I know that there's always gained interest and always you know, someone out there thinking, whether it's the time or you know, whatever the moving parts are for that individual to say yes. uh it's important, I feel, if you want to invest in yourself for whatever you feel like you're craving, that if you can figure out all of the moving parts to get yourself there for that weekend, that you should, because the gift that you will receive being there and being present and participating as much or as little as you'd like, you will certainly walk away with many many gifts, not just one,
Yeah.
and blessings, I should say.
Yeah, all of it. Right. Yeah. I feel how real it is for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I would be like I shared earlier, grateful is like an understatement. I shared with you at the beginning of the call when we were catching up, you know, that I've made some incredible connections here, whether they have, you know, become clients of mine, long life friends of mine, just to hang out. I have traveled the world with some of these individuals, which is so amazing. It's hard to put into words, like,
Yeah,
you know,
meeting
the
people.
trust that individuals, you know, have in you. It's super humbling, super honoring. Um, and yeah, how could you not want to come back for
Yeah.
more of that? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely you said the word fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
I've been really personally myself tuning into that in my own life and in myself of what that really means and what is fulfilling for me, which I find to be a funny word because it's like a double fill, it's a full fill. So we're like real serious about what it feels, what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And just tuning into what is fulfilling and what is depleting. Um, and to really listen to what you're saying, you've said it's been very fulfilling for me
Mm-hmm.
in a variety of ways to have this experience and to be able to be myself and be seen as myself, received as myself, and trusted and all of that. And even though you're coming as facilitator, I know that and the way we encourage it is that everyone is the same there and everyone,
Mm-hmm.
we're all shoulder to shoulder. So I know that that's what is received, and the stories that I hear over and over again is that this fulfilled things in me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is a beautiful thing to go as a participant as well. You know, to have that time to shift and say, you know, I get to see and get to live and experience other facilitators. I get to sit next to whomever at meals and other experiences and other classes, and that is an amazing thing to, walk out on the dock and participate in yoga, perhaps grab a couple friends and go sit and watch a sunrise or a sunset. There are many opportunities to not participate in this rigid role, but to be a participant and to flow with what is offered through the whole experience is incredible. Incredible.
Mhm.
And how fun for everyone to walk out with new tools in their toolbox, especially as a health coach, and to also give a little something back to yourself, right? Because that weekend is also a pause for us, right?
Is it
So
ever?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to always get us to wrap up and leave, right?
Everyone's like, can we do this a few more days? But you know what's so funny? I've learned the reality is
Yeah.
that it's a lot to just get and carve out and give ourselves those 3 days. I wish it wasn't. And maybe we make small moments and other things happen. And you guys all out in your worlds and your communities are doing all of that. But the other 362 days go by very fast.
That is true. That is,
Somehow it's like, okay, we go back into our lives, we integrate and implement, and then
yeah.
here we are again. Like, and it's as if, yeah, we weren't together last year in 2025, but something in me doesn't necessarily even feel that way. I feel like, okay, yes, and we will return as we do,
Hmm.
and that's
Hmm.
just what it is.
Yeah. It's the beauty of those connections. Even when we're not together, we're together. And when I say that in a sense of it doesn't mean all the time, but we're present and we're here. If we need each other,
And
we.
I got you. We have your back. That's been one of my things because we were like, Rise is back, and we're like, we have your back. We have your back.
Yeah,
And we actually know you have our back.
that's
And
right.
that's what's the energy that's there and
Mhm.
that's experienced. Yeah, no matter who you are.
Yes. And what a fantastic word you just said, right? That energy, if you crave more of it, it exists here and you will certainly have it and certainly carry it home with you when you want to implement and integrate back into whatever world is waiting for you on the other side. So,
On the other side. It is funny how it does just kind of have this way with you, right?
right?
Where they're like, is it 3 days? And then they're like, actually is a bit of another side. Like you come out.
Yeah.
I did a bunch of interviews with people who have attended, and so many of them said, and then I came home and my partner or my husband, they were like, you look different. Like it is all over you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there's a calmness, there's a
Centered.
centered, and then that part of like that fire, right? That
As you say, the
reignites.
glow.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yes.
I
There's
came
a real
home.
warming that happens there. There's a warm,
Totally.
like a woof. We are like,
Totally.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to rush it. I don't want to rush it because it's so important to have things on your calendar and things to look forward to, right? In our everyday life, things that are
Yeah, well,
exciting.
I can't go by that anymore because my life does a little bit revolve around and now Rise in September, Rise. And I'm like, okay, 5 months till Rise, four
That's
months till Rise. No,
yeah, yeah.
I can't
Oh,
play. I can't play. My day to day is still like,
it is. I can't imagine. It's a busy one.
yeah,
It never turns off for you.
yeah. And you know what though? Of course, I have my things in my day to day, but like with where we all are in life too, like I still live for for that moment for
Hmm.
Rise. It is just different. We can't act like, oh, we're gonna like replicate Rise in our day to days. No, our day to days are for a different way to be within us. There's
Right.
something about this that is like amplifies,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I will be honest, like that. Well, first, I mean, driving that drive, that route is just stunning, right? I mean, I am a fall lover. So give me whatever. It does, the leaves don't even have to be colored, but that time of year of layers and crisp air and all that, right? But driving that drive is so soothing and relaxed. And for me, you hit that gravel road and you're like, it's coming. And for all of you that don't know what I'm talking about, you'll say now, it's coming. And then you drive that road and you're like, okay, I see the
Coming, I love
sign. And you
that.
pull in and it's just like, I'm rested. I know I'm going to park my vehicle. I'm going to get out
And
and
I'm not going to get back in for 3 days.
yes,
And here I am.
yes. And rest and restore is on its way.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're bringing up a lot of my things that I've been giving attention to personally.
Well,
Like,
I
well,
love
and that
that.
like it's coming is such a different energy than going to get or chase things, you
Hmm.
know? And like it is coming. And I like that for people being able to arrive and not like, oh, there's things for me to do, but actually like it's coming. It's just
Hmm.
coming.
Yeah. And no matter what, options are available when you get there, it's cool to like arrive and let like yourself set the tone,
Mhm.
and feel your way in, see your way in, and know that the property and the individuals and the community are all there to welcome.
Totally. I love that. That's good advice. See and feel your way in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
enter in slow.
Yeah. There is no rush.
No.
You said 3 days.
Nope. And if you
Even.
feel yourself rushing, you will be met with your rush so fast that
Yeah.
you will begin to arrive and slow down. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no rush there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, we could talk forever.
I
Let
know.
me
I know.
turn off the recording
Okay.
for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you,
You feel
Michelle.
good with what we covered?
I love you. I feel so good. Please, do you
I
feel
love you
good?
too.
Stop it.
I know. It's so good to see you. And
I'm just saying here, and then I'm going to turn off the recording, but I'm
yeah,
so looking forward to being with you again at the weekend. And honestly, to be with everyone who I just know will be touched by you and who you'll be, nurturing just very authentic connections with. It really just is who you are. Um, so I look forward to being there with you in September.
thank you. I cannot wait. And I look forward to it as well.